want y'all to put your hands together. Give a big woo welcome to one of the most iconic, inspiring, most creative storytellers hip-hop has ever witnessed. The one and only Ghostface Killah.
Peace. How y'all doing out there? Y'all good?
Good.
That's what it is. Good to be here. You know, we're just gonna sit around and, we'll take some questions and we're gonna build and, get to it. Let's get ready. Let's jump right in. Who first?
Right here.
There you go.
Exclusive.
Bad, baby.
All right, well, it's a blessing to have you here, Ghost.
No doubt.
So tell us your vision for Supreme Records, if you could.
Supreme Records, Ray had his record company out here and stuff like that. So, I haven't been in Canada for a minute. So it's like, but the first time I came, my album had went gold in like maybe less than a week here. You know what I mean? So it took me like 15 years, 14, whatever, to get back in the country. And when I got back in, the country like embraced me. They embraced me. The love was still there. It seemed like it was even more heavier. And I just wanted to do whatever I could do. It's like when my spirit feels like I should be in like say this country, because my spirit, I'm spiritual, so it goes right with it. But I know there's a lot of undiscovered talent in Canada. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do, open up a label here, get behind the artist, and make sure it's done right. You know what I mean? And rock out, push them. You know what I mean? You got Bieber, you got Drake, Melly, Fiona, and all that. But I know if you just got that, I know that there's so much more that's to it, yeah. So I just wanted to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Question right here. Exclusive TV. Yo, it's nice to meet you, by the way.
Peace, Lord. No, likewise.
Well, my question is, did you come up with this idea for the contest from your previous tours in Canada, or?
No, it was brought to me by my homegirl Farley. I was introduced to her by my man Peter Jackson. So when I came with the label idea, she had an idea of her own with the contest. So she wanted to be like, yo, you know what? We can work this together and put it all in one and mix it together, and and that's how it came about.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll go again.
Yeah.
If you know what we want to say.
That's right. Yeah, let's do it.
So how did Farley Flex jump into this?
I was like, Farley Flex he came through with Val. I talked to him on the phone through a few other people that I know prior to that, before that, or just on the label side. You know what I mean? But then Valerie again, she reached out to him and it was all good.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, exactly.
So one more question,
Yeah.
because you got a special guest on the judge line. So I was wondering, can you give us a hint? I mean, I know you're a big fan of OVO, so is that what's happening?
It's like I can't really give you a hint. That's why I was a special guest.
I hear you. I'm just trying to poke
But it's
in.
like it's somebody, whoever that guest is right there, you're gonna respect that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And because it's only right to have that type of quality of another judge there that's that can see what's going on here. You know what I mean?
All right, respect.
So yeah, what's up, though?
At that point, I just want to introduce Farley.
Oh, okay.
I want to introduce Farley Flex, since you asked the question. Farley Flex is one of the judges, and he's kind of behind the scenes in helping this come about. And the whole contest is called Canada Takes the Mic. We kind of talked about it. You can check out more information on www.canadatakesthemic.com. So I'll let Farley Flex take the mic right about now.
All right, so to answer that question, Valerie Schneider, who's the person that connected with Ghost, she and I are business partners. We co-manage Peter Jackson. You guys probably know that. The whole idea behind this thing was, you all know when I was doing Idol, there was no hip-hop on Idol, right? Now, what Ghost and I have been talking about as we chop it up day to day is that it's an all-inclusive genre thing. It's not just hip-hop. It could be country, it could be rock, it could be whatever. And we had some good conversations about it in terms of knowing what good music is. You don't necessarily need to be someone who collects, all the latest rock and roll records, or all the latest whatever records to know it's good music. Good music is good music, and this country is a complete landscape of great music. And what we're gonna bring is a perspective that comes from our particular musicology kind of standpoint on what we know is good music. It includes entertainment, it includes being ready in spontaneous situations. If you got a battle in a moment where we show up at the mansion and we say, okay, you two are going at it tonight, right? I want to hear a song by tomorrow morning at 9. And that could be a ballad, it could be a freestyle, it could be whatever. It depends on who you're asking to fulfill that task. So that's the whole idea. The rudiments of the contest, we're going straight across the country, 10 cities. We're going to pick individuals from each city. They're going to come back to TDOT. And obviously that's where they move into the mansion, and it gets crazy from there. And it's gonna be crazy, our kind of crazy, not anybody else's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's about competition. This world, one thing is that one of the things I respect most about the Wu and about Ghost and all the members of the Wu is that instinct of that essence of competitiveness. Right? You've got to compete on this planet, survival of the fittest. Right? So we're putting it out there on that level where people are gonna have to survive through this competition. Right, on a serious level, artistically, psychologically, physically, you know, in terms of stage performance, stage presence, all the key elements that make superstars and gives you the kind of longevity the Wu has. To be touring at this stage of the game, right, it speaks for itself, right?
That's right.
One more before we go into the one-on-ones.
So just to support your label, Canada's got an interesting landscape, and you know, it never really has had a history of supporting all the beautiful hip hop and R&B and just black music that we've had here. So just for the dream of having your idea succeed as much as possible, I was wondering what kind of structure do you have for your marketing and promotion and distribution for Supreme Records?
Yes. All right, so here's the deal. We all know that there's been a lot of mergers and so on and so forth. We have very few in the industry in general, what we call major labels. That's why the pricing in this competition is critical. If you look at the list of pricing, the way we structured it, it's based on building an infrastructure for the artists so that when you stumble, you don't fall. You know what I'm saying? So publicity, marketing, distribution, all those key elements are all going to be in place in terms of submission for, even if it's for like a grant from Factor or from getting those sales for Radio Star Maker, all those elements, right, are going to be there so the artist has that foundational support that Canadian artists need. The only reason we need that stuff is because America is our neighbor. You know what I'm saying? When Americans hear about the funding up here, they're like, what? Right? So we need it because most of us, including like when I talked to the DJ today, I said, make sure you play some Canadian shit. You see what I'm saying? We have to remind ourselves that we're Canadian and we're proud of our music. Right? Because a lot of times what ends up happening is, no disrespect to anything, any music, anywhere, but Canadian music has to be loved and appreciated by Canadians at the end of the day.
That's right.
Word up.
So the details of the tour. So essentially, I don't know all the markets offhand, but it's 10 markets we're going to. The way it works is we do the auditions during the day. The winner of the auditions opens for Ghosts and the other guest performers at a concert, like actual in that town, right? Or no, well, actually 3 people. The best performer of the 3 that got on that night, right, will be the one coming to Toronto. Then in Toronto, obviously it'll be a big show and everything else. But before the winners announced and everything, there's a whole in-house element where it's all about that collaboration, competitiveness, meeting the task at hand. Those of you who are Steve Jobs fans, Steve Jobs, I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs' business philosophy. He had something called disruptive innovation that he'd use for his R&D guys to meet his requirements and or his ideas. And what he'd do is he'd walk in and say, I need a device that does this and this, I need it by Tuesday morning at 9. And be like, what? No way, wow, this guy's a slave driver, whatever. Yeah. But at Tuesday morning at 9, it was there. Because he worked with their potential, not with their perspective of their own capabilities, which is how I always work with artists in the same way. So I'm a big fan of that. So essentially, those challenges will be put out there. Those requirements will have to be met in order to be that consummate artist that deserves the opportunity that's being provided.
What's the grand scheme of the opportunity?
The grand scheme of the opportunity is the total value is about 100 racks basically, and it's a set that everything from all aspects of consultation, from management to publicity to social media management to wardrobe and styling to video production. Every core element of the music business will be represented in the prize, which is more important than giving somebody 100 G's. right? And they go out and they spend it all on kicks.
Now, would that artist be signed to an entity or a label?
Yeah, the Supreme Ghost label,
Okay.
here in Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
So quick question, Ghost label, is this a Canadian label or is this to Americans?
No,
or
it's a global label in terms of, but because of the competitions specifically, right? This is dealing with the Canadian distribution of that label.
Okay.
So the label will be ever present, like US and digitally and everything else.
So since we're starting the label contest, where can people get the information? Just not here.
Everything will be on the website.
On the website.
Yeah,
Is the website.
Yeah, the label information isn't that relevant right now. The competition is more relevant right now than the label. The label is going to blossom out of the competition, so to speak. It's almost like when you watch Idol, they don't really talk about Sony BMG or Sony now, right? Every show they talk about that's when they get down to the top 10, top 3, whatever, and they start to bring in what's going to happen after the show. That's gonna be the same sort of element here.
So you're like doing a hip hop version of the Idol.
Well, no, it's not hip hop. That's the natural instinct because of Ghost and somewhat because of me, right? People are gonna assume it's hip hop. No, it's all genres of music, right? It's not about any particular category of music. There obviously will be we want to make sure we get a balanced amount of competitors, right? So that anybody who wants to take advantage of that infrastructure will have the ability to do that.
Okay, so when you're in the 10 markets, is it strictly audition process or is it a tour of performance or is it strictly auditioning?
The auditioning is for the competitors, the tour is Ghost and the other, the surprise guests.
So you're doing auditions and then the winner is gonna go on tour with Ghost?
No, the winner performs that same night.
Okay.
Literally, this isn't like a 6-month, 8-month, like how Idol and that stuff. This is 35 days, literally, right? So it's selection, performance, decision, on to the next.
Each market.
Each market.
Okay.
And then the winners from those 10 markets,
Right.
everybody who opened for them on the show in that spot that night, those are the people that will come to Toronto.
Just break it down. So you're in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen in Winnipeg?
Auditions happen during the day.
Okay.
3 people get selected to open for the concert at night.
Okay.
Right? The best performer at that concert and all aspects of performance, that goes to beat that sound check on time. Like it's not just about talent.
Okay.
Right? And talent in terms of stage performance.
Okay.
Because I could show you 1,000 people who were the best rappers in the world who never got a record deal. Right? And because they lack business acumen, they lack efficiency, they lack promotion and marketing, et cetera, all those things are critical. Right? Every artist nowadays has to be able to do those things for themselves, and what people like me do is augment those talents.
Nice. Now you got this.
You actually just stole my question.
All the prizes are already in stone, or you're still adding on?
Our thing is to have a full plate of food, business food. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things like, for instance, we don't know who the list of publicists will be yet, but we know that there will be publicists. We don't know who the video directors are, but we know videos will be directed. We don't, follow what I'm saying?
If somebody wanted to be involved with that whole pie, as you call it, how do they get involved with that?
That's gonna be an element on the website, CanadaTakesTheMic.com.
Alright.
That's gonna come up real soon, actually.
So what's that say?
So what happens is you get an amazingly talented person,
Right.
like the next Jennifer Hudson,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And she doesn't know about SoCan,
Never
Factor,
been in the
Video,
studio,
but
you know?
in the house, right? Okay, everybody, we want to see a SoCan registration by tomorrow morning at 10.
Oh, okay, just because of the
If she doesn't
diligence.
want to do it, then she goes home.
Yeah, but that shows diligence, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The knowledge is not what you have; it's what you're willing to learn.
Yeah,
You understand the difference?
Yeah, yeah.
The critical difference, right? So if it's the person who thinks they know everything,
Yeah.
right? Also
Yeah, he's
usually
gonna fall
ends
for
up,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna fall for sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I was just wondering because like, I wasn't sure if we were like, okay, he doesn't have a SoCan, we can't really use him. Or
No. That's no.
Okay.
We want from the
Anybody and everybody.
farmer.
It doesn't matter. You're just
Yeah,
saying
you could be a
but
farmer
you
in
show-
Kapuskasing, Ontario,
Yeah.
or you could be a hood kid or whatever it is. As long as you're willing to, you look at hip hop in this city. Trust me, most of the kids that are doing stuff now didn't go through the infrastructure. They hustle. Like most of all you guys, the video directors, and let's forget the MCs for a second.
The
The
artists,
producers,
yeah.
the videographers, the publicists,
Engineers.
like etc. These are people who just said, "I'm gonna do this." They didn't go and apply at some.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they just did it. Those are the kind of people that make the world go round.
Since the face been revealed, game got real. Radio been gassing niggas. All right, what's going on, everybody? You know who it is. It's Mr. Exclusive, live and direct with a special guest, Wu-Tang affiliate and iconic hip-hop legend, Ghostface Killah. What's going on,
Peace,
man?
peace. What's up, baby?
Good?
All right, exactly.
Appreciate you for letting us come down and
Yeah.
chop it up with you. Now, I'm gonna get right into it. Canada takes the mic. This is huge. This is
Right.
big because, you know, not a lot of people come down to the city and throw it on their back and give a lot of people opportunities. So to me, I feel like this wasn't just something that just happened, you know, out of the books. Like, this was premeditated. So can you walk us through that, how that happened? Everything like that?
Through my man Peter Jackson, you know what I mean? I told him I was looking to do a label deal here. Open up a label. And, you know, he introduced me to this lady named Valerie, you know what I mean? She's my homegirl. And I was telling her what I wanted to do, because she managed him, you know what I mean? But she had already had the idea for something for this Canada Takes the Mic thing. So what she wanted to do was like just put it together and stuff like that. But the label with the Canada Takes the Mic, and the winner of that will get $100,000 in the label deal, you know what I mean? And you know, things of that nature. So you know, we sat down, we talked about it. Everything was legit, and this is where we at now. We here trying to find these artists, get them to register, so we can just see who got it out here in Canada.
Now, even at the press conference that we're at recently, you know, I heard a lot of people saying that they already pre-registered. I mean, how does that make you feel? You know, because you've been doing this for a long time and people are still showing love.
Right. Oh, I'm blessed, yo. I feel good. You know what I mean? I feel good. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want this to be a success, and you know, even for me standing, you know, I mean, I'm in the mix of it, but I know when it's all said and done, then that smile will just come right out. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, it's like it feels good to have the people willing to come out and you know, whoever got that talent, just do it, man. You know, because you never know what it might come out to. You know what I mean? And it's not even just even if it don't work this time for you, it's like, yo, you can come back around next time. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you might have your stuff together, because some people get stage fright and they're just not prepared, their camera, you know what I mean, whatever. And it's like, yo, man, just relax, do you, and let's find who got it here. And there's gonna be like millions of people watching. So even if you ain't even be number one, you might see somebody could have noticed you that like you know what I mean, and still come and get you, like, you know what I mean? So, but you don't know unless you try.
So tell me, like, just for the people that are watching this right now, what stands out to you for an artist? What speaks to you about artists that will make you notice them?
An artist, man, is somebody who really wants to work, who a hard worker, originality, creativity, you know, and that's just not scared, man. That wants it, that really wants it. You know what I mean? If you got that drive and that passion, and nothing is stopping you, and plus with the talent, it's like, yo, man, you can go a long way. So that's what stands out to me. You know what I mean? I met a lot of people that want to rap or whatever, but just don't want to put in the legwork. You know what I mean? It's like it don't go that way, bro. It don't go, because you know, I came in, you know what I mean, on no tour bus with my mans and them, the whole clan, and we riding around in 15 passenger buses, like, you know what I mean? In one bus, 15 passenger seat, slobbing on each other, sleeping for hours, going to Texas and these things like that. Like, you know, that's how we came in. You know what I mean? Doing our shows, doing for $10, we got $10 a piece, $100 bill. Money they was just handing us in the beginning. But people think you come in here, you're gonna just get millions, and it don't work. You gotta work your way up to like that. I remember when Onyx was getting, like, when they came in, and I'm like, yo, why are we getting less money than them? You know what I mean? We get like 1,000, they get like 7,500 at the time, and what's it gonna call it? But then it's like you had to work, bro. You know, so I didn't understand it then either. You know what I mean? Because I knew the talent that we had. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, this is serious, man. But you gotta have people that listen, and even if they don't understand it at that time, you know, I'm willing to get ahead and talk to them and teach them. You know what I mean? But you know, you gotta be willing to work, man. It's work.
So it's blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, because it ain't just you be on the radio and shooting a video. That's what the people, they just think is like that. And the video look all glossy, and they think that you're doing it. It's like, no, man, you gotta work. You gotta work, really work to get to where you want to go. And then whoever's dealing with me, I want them to go far. I want them to just to go. You may go past me. Just go. You know what I mean? There's no limit for you. You know what I mean? So, and that's all.
Alright, so that's funny that you said, about touring the blood, sweat, and tears because, you came to the city and you're touring all over the place. I mean, how are we feeling healthy? How are we feeling mentally? Because it does weigh a lot on the body. You know what I mean?
It do, but I don't think about it. You know what I mean? Because God blessed me with a gift, man, and with this thing right here, man, I love music. I love music. You know what I mean? I might not love the music that's going on right now, but I just love nice beats, nice music, and I love to perform for people. You know what I mean? So it's not nothing wearing on me. You know what I mean? I don't think that'll probably be for a minute. You know what I mean? But because I love to get ahead and display my talent to the people and give them new music and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I got the love for the game. For me, that's what inspires me.
So I mean, we got the new album out. We're touring. I mean, how's the love in the city? How's the love in Toronto?
Oh, it's always love, yo. See the shirt. You know what I mean? See the back of the shirt.
See the love.
Yeah. So it's like the T.I. love is like, yo, that's forever, man. You know what I mean? It reminds me like back home, though. You know what I mean? So it's like that's first. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm here right now. You know.
So I mean, we've been working a lot lately, but have you had a chance to experience the city? Meet a lot of people. Any people showing you mixtapes or anything like that?
No, not really, because everything's been about business, and I didn't really get to go out and just do this or do that. I see people on the street. I was in the mall today. You know what I mean? And, and stuff like that. But no, I didn't really get a chance to hit it like without working. When you ain't working, then you can get ahead and hit it. Yeah.
Now, just one more question before we go. I heard you say that you're not happy with some of the music going on lately. Why is that?
I mean, not saying I'm not that happy, but it's different. It's different. You know what I mean? And I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. You know what I mean? You got to be able to understand music and understand what's going on right now at these days and times. You know what I mean? These days and times is like, it's really for these young kids coming up. And this is what they doing, because it's totally different from where I came in. You know what I mean? So you gotta really learn how to make that transition. Still do you, but still try to like don't get left in the dust like you super old school. You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to put that somewhere in the middle and lean it. You know what I mean? The way it could go. You know what I mean? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So I learned that in my career. At first, I really didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, what the hell is this shit? You know what I mean? And going to radio stations, you know what I'm saying? And blowing them up. But now that I understand now, it's like, okay, I had my turn. I had my turn when I was 18. You know what I mean? And it's not in the third. So it's the daytime, and daytime is totally different from our time. Yeah, so,
Well, that's all we got for today. It is exclusive TV, Fusion Radio. Canada takes the mic. Ghostface Killah, exclusive TV. Shout out to TV for giving us the song. You know what it is.
Word up. Peace.